That sag under your arm? It's not fat. I need you to really hear this, it was never fat. 99% of saggy arms after 60 aren't caused by extra fat. They're caused by fascial adhesions, collagen, and lymphatic stagnation. The tissue under your tricep didn't get bigger. It disconnected. The invisible scaffolding that once held your skin tight to the muscle underneath has been snapping by fiber, year after year, until everything started to hang. You faithfully do arm circles, lift light dumbbells, and follow every exercise video you can find. Weeks go by. Months go by. Yet every time you wave at someone or catch your reflection in the mirror, your upper arms seem exactly the same. A while ago, I met a woman in her 70s whose arms looked noticeably firmer than those of many people decades younger. What surprised me wasn't that she spent hours in the gym. She didn't. Her daily routine took only a few minutes, and instead of focusing only on the muscles, it emphasized the skin, connective tissue, circulation, and gentle movement together. That made me start asking a different question. What if we've been trying to solve the wrong problem? As we age, our skin naturally produces less collagen and elastin, our connective tissues change, and muscle mass can gradually decline. Focusing on just one of those changes may not give you the results you're hoping for. In today's video, we'll look at 6 simple daily habits that may help support healthier-looking upper arms by addressing several of those age-related changes together. But here's the surprising part. Some of the most popular approaches may not be giving you the benefits you expect because they're only targeting one piece of the puzzle. Today I'll rank 6 strategies from least to most effective, explain the science behind each one in simple language, and reveal the routine that ties everything together. If you're watching this today, chances are you've already tried something. Maybe you've bought those small pink dumbbells everyone recommends. Maybe you've spent weeks doing arm circles while standing in your living room. Maybe you've followed workout videos that promise to tone your arms in 7 days. And yet, every time you put on a sleeveless shirt or wave goodbye to someone, you still catch yourself looking at the back of your arms. I know that feeling. It isn't just about appearance. It's about confidence. You stop reaching for certain clothes. You become more aware of every movement. You begin wondering if this is simply what happens after 60. The truth is, you're certainly not alone. I remember talking with a woman in her early 70s who told me something I'll never forget. She smiled and said, "I don't mind getting older. I just wish my arms didn't make me feel older than I actually feel." That simple sentence stayed with me because I've heard similar stories from so many people over the years. But here's what I wish more people understood. Think of your upper arm like a house. The muscle is the foundation. Your skin is the roof. Between them is an entire support system made up of connective tissue, blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and collagen-rich structures that help everything stay connected and move smoothly together. When you're younger, that support system is strong. It keeps everything well supported. But as the years pass, collagen naturally declines, muscle mass can gradually decrease if it isn't challenged, and skin becomes thinner and less elastic. It's a little like an old mattress. The fabric isn't necessarily the problem. It's the support underneath that slowly changes. That's why simply doing hundreds of arm lifts doesn't always create the results people expect. If the foundation, the support system, and the skin all need attention, focusing on only one piece of the puzzle may leave you frustrated. And that's exactly where many expensive programs fall short. They promise one simple fix for a problem that's actually influenced by several different age-related changes working together. The encouraging news is that you don't have to spend hours in a gym or invest in complicated equipment to support healthier-looking arms. Often, the biggest improvements come from combining several simple habits that work together instead of relying on just one. That's exactly how today's countdown is designed. We'll begin with the simplest daily practices that help prepare the skin and surrounding tissues. Then, with each step, we'll build on the previous one until we reach the strategies that provide the strongest support for maintaining muscle, healthy circulation, and skin structure as we age. By the time we reach number 1, you'll understand why it's never been about finding one magic exercise. It's about giving your body the complete support system it has gradually lost over the years. Before we begin the countdown, I want you to understand something that completely changed the way I think about aging arms. Imagine you're hanging a beautiful curtain. The curtain itself isn't the problem. The rod isn't the problem either. The problem begins when the small hooks connecting the curtain to the rod slowly weaken over the years. Eventually, the curtain starts to sag. Not because it suddenly became heavier, but because the support system holding everything together isn't as strong as it once was. Your upper arms work in a surprisingly similar way. That's why this isn't simply a muscle problem. It's a support system problem. That's exactly why today's countdown builds one habit on top of another. Option 6, dry skin brushing, the gentle wake-up call. Our first strategy is one of the simplest. Dry brushing. Now, before you think this sounds too basic to matter, hear me out. Dry brushing has been used for many years as part of skincare routines. The idea is straightforward. Using a soft natural bristle brush on dry skin creates gentle mechanical stimulation before you shower. Think of it like opening the curtains in a dark room. The room was always there. You're simply letting more activity begin. Researchers have explored whether gentle skin stimulation may temporarily increase local circulation and improve the appearance of the skin. While dry brushing won't rebuild muscle or reverse loose skin by itself, many people enjoy how it leaves their skin feeling smoother and more refreshed. For mature skin, the technique matters. Always brush with gentle pressure. Use long strokes moving toward the shoulder. There's no need to scrub aggressively. If your skin becomes painful or irritated, you're using too much pressure. A few minutes before your shower is usually enough. Think of dry brushing as preparing the garden. You're getting the soil ready. But planting the seeds comes next. Before we move on, if you're enjoying learning about healthy aging in simple, practical language, I'd really appreciate it if you took a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps us continue creating research-based videos like this for you. Now, let's go one step deeper. Option 5, Gentle Cold Water Therapy, Supporting Healthy Circulation. This next strategy surprises many people because it doesn't involve exercise at all. It involves temperature. When your skin comes into contact with cool water, your tiny blood vessels naturally respond. First, they become narrower. Then, as your body warms back up afterward, they relax again. Think of it like gently squeezing and releasing a sponge. That natural response temporarily changes blood flow in the area. Many people find that ending a shower with 30 to 60 seconds of comfortably cool, not painfully cold, water leaves their skin feeling firmer and more refreshed. Researchers continue studying cold exposure for recovery, circulation, and comfort, although evidence that it specifically tightens loose arm skin remains limited. That's why expectations should stay realistic. This isn't a miracle treatment. It's simply another way to encourage your body to stay active. If you have conditions such as Raynaud's syndrome, severe circulation problems, or another medical condition affected by cold, it's important to speak with your healthcare provider before trying cold water therapy. For everyone else, a short period of cool water can become an easy addition to an evening shower. Notice something interesting? Neither of our first two options directly builds muscle. That's intentional. We're laying the foundation first. Because once we reach the top 4, we begin supporting the deeper structures beneath the skin. Wait until we reach the top 3. That's where we move from simple daily maintenance toward strategies that challenge the muscles and connective tissues in a much more meaningful way. And that's where many people finally begin seeing the kind of progress they've been hoping for. Now we've reached the top 4. This is where everything begins to work a little deeper. The first 2 habits mainly prepared the surface. The next 2 start focusing on what sits underneath. Think of building a house. You wouldn't paint the walls before making sure the frame is strong. In the same way, healthier looking arms depend on more than skin alone. Let's continue. Option 4, Self-massage, waking up the tissue. One of the most overlooked habits for aging arms isn't another exercise. It's massage, not because massage magically tightens skin, but because gentle massage encourages movement, increases body awareness, and may temporarily improve circulation while making the surrounding tissues feel more relaxed. Think about what happens when you leave a sponge sitting in one position for months. It becomes stiff, dry, less flexible. Now imagine gently working that sponge with your hands every day. It becomes softer, more flexible, easier to move. Your soft tissues can respond in a similar way. As we age, we naturally move less. Many people spend hours sitting. The backs of our upper arms often receive very little direct movement compared to our legs or hands. A simple self-massage helps remind those tissues that they're still part of an active body. Here's an easy technique. Place one hand over the opposite upper arm. Using comfortable pressure, slowly massage from just above the elbow toward the shoulder. Use slow circular motions for about 2 or 3 minutes. There's no need to press hard. You're not trying to break up tissue. You're simply encouraging gentle movement and making the routine enjoyable enough to repeat every day. Some people like adding a small amount of moisturizer or body oil to reduce friction. Massage may seem simple, but simple habits repeated hundreds of times often matter far more than complicated routines you abandon after 1 week. Now let's move into our top 3. This is where we shift from supporting the surface to strengthening what supports the surface. Option 3, isometric wall presses, strength without heavy weights. This is where many people have their first aha moment. When most people think about exercise, they think movement. Lots of movement. Lots of repetitions. But your muscles don't actually know how many repetitions you're doing. What they recognize is tension. Imagine trying to push a parked car. The car doesn't move. But your muscles are working incredibly hard. That's exactly what an isometric exercise is. The muscle contracts without changing length very much. For many older adults, that's valuable because it can build strength while placing less stress on the joints than some traditional resistance exercises. Researchers have found that isometric training can improve strength and function, particularly in older adults when it's performed consistently as part of a well-designed program. Here's how to do it. Stand facing a sturdy wall. Place both palms flat against it at about shoulder height. Keep your body straight. Now gently but firmly push into the wall. The wall won't move. That's the point. Hold the pressure for about 10 to 15 seconds while breathing normally. Relax. Rest for about 10 seconds. Repeat 6 to 8 times. The entire routine takes only a few minutes. You should feel your triceps, shoulders, and chest working. Not your joints. The beauty of this exercise is that almost anyone can adjust the effort. Push harder if you're stronger. Push more gently if you're just beginning. Here's what I love most about isometric exercises. They teach your muscles to stay engaged. And that's something many of us gradually lose after retirement when daily life becomes less physically demanding. But we're still not at number 1. Because while isometric exercises create excellent muscle tension, our final 2 options introduce something even more important: progressive resistance. And that's where we move from maintaining strength to encouraging your muscles to adapt, grow stronger, and provide better support for the skin over time. Trust me. The number 1 strategy brings everything we've talked about together into one simple routine that almost anyone can do at home. We've finally reached the top 2. Everything we've discussed so far has been building toward this point. The first few habits prepared the skin. The next ones activated the muscles. Now we're going to combine everything into the 2 strategies that provide the strongest long-term support for healthier, firmer-looking arms. Let's begin. Option 2, resistance band training, building the support beneath the skin. If there's one inexpensive piece of equipment I recommend for healthy aging, it's a simple resistance band. Not because it's trendy. Because it's practical. Think about holding a grocery bag. At first it feels light. But as you continue holding it, your muscles gradually work harder. A resistance band creates something similar. As you stretch it farther, the resistance increases. Your muscles have to keep adapting throughout the movement. That's one reason resistance bands have become so popular in rehabilitation and exercise programs for older adults. Research has shown that resistance band training can improve strength, muscle function, and overall mobility in older adults when performed consistently. And that's exactly what we're after. Not bodybuilding. Not huge muscles. Just enough strength to better support the tissues that naturally change with age. Here's one simple movement. Stand or sit comfortably. Hold the band with both hands at shoulder height. Begin with your hands about shoulder width apart. Slowly pull the band outward until your arms form a wide T. Pause for 2 or 3 seconds. Then slowly return to the starting position. That slow return is just as important as the pull itself. Perform 10 to 12 repetitions. Complete 2 or 3 sets. If you're new to resistance bands, begin with the lightest level. Your goal isn't to finish exhausted. Your goal is to finish feeling successful enough to repeat the routine tomorrow. Resistance bands are excellent. But they become even more powerful when combined with the habits we've already discussed. And that brings us to our number 1 strategy. Option 1, the complete arm support routine. Here's what surprised me most while researching this topic. It wasn't one exercise, one massage, or one skincare habit that stood out. It was the combination. Think about building a bridge. You don't rely on one cable. You rely on dozens of cables working together. Healthy-looking arms work the same way. Skin, muscle, connective tissue, circulation, daily movement. Each one contributes a little. Together, they contribute a lot. That's why our number 1 recommendation isn't a single product. It's a complete routine. Here's an example. Step 1. Before your shower, spend 2 or 3 minutes gently dry brushing your upper arms. Step 2. Finish your shower with about 30 to 60 seconds of comfortably cool water over your upper arms if it's appropriate for you. Step 3. After drying off, apply your favorite moisturizer or body oil. Spend 2 or 3 minutes gently massaging the back of each arm. Step 4. Complete your wall presses, 6 to 8 holds, about 10 to 15 seconds each. Step 5. Finish with 2 or 3 sets of resistance band pulls. The entire routine takes around 15 to 20 minutes. No expensive machines, no crowded gym, no complicated workout plans, just simple habits working together. And here's the most important part. Don't judge your progress after 3 days. Or even 1 week. Healthy aging is a marathon, not a sprint. Your 30-day arm challenge. If you'd like to give this a real chance, here's what I recommend. Days 1 to 7. Focus on building the habit. Don't worry about visible changes. Simply complete the routine each day. By the end of the week, many people notice that the movements begin to feel more natural and their skin feels better cared for. Days 8 to 14. Continue using the resistance band and wall presses. Take a photo in similar lighting if your goal is to track changes in the appearance of your arms. Small improvements are often easier to notice in pictures than in the mirror. Days 15 to 21. Pay attention to how your arms feel during daily activities. Do they feel stronger when lifting groceries? When reaching into a cupboard? When carrying laundry? Sometimes functional improvements appear before cosmetic ones. Days 22 to 30. Stay consistent. Increase the resistance band only if your current level feels easy and you can maintain good form. Keep massaging and moisturizing your skin. Maintain your daily movement. At the end of the month, compare your photos and think about how you feel, not just how you look. Because healthy aging isn't only about appearance. It's about confidence, comfort, strength, and continuing to enjoy the activities that matter most to you. Remember, the goal isn't perfect arms. The goal is stronger, healthier, more confident arms that continue serving you well for years to come. Now that we've completed the countdown, let's bring everything together and talk about the one lesson I hope you'll remember long after today's video ends. If there's one message I hope stays with you after today's video, it's this. Sagging arms are rarely about one single thing. They're not just about skin. They're not just about muscle. And they're certainly not something you should feel embarrassed about. They're simply one of the many ways our bodies naturally change as we grow older. The encouraging part is this. Your body never completely stops adapting. Even after 60, even after 70, your muscles can still become stronger. Your skin can still benefit from good daily care. Your balance, confidence, and mobility can still improve. Maybe not overnight, but little by little. That's what healthy aging is really about. It's not chasing perfection. It's making today just a little better than yesterday. I know how frustrating it can be when you feel like you've been doing everything right. You've bought the equipment. You've watched the videos. You've tried the exercises. And then you look in the mirror and wonder why nothing seems different. Please don't let that discourage you. Real change often happens so gradually that we don't notice it from one day to the next. Think about planting a tree. You don't wake up every morning expecting it to be twice as tall. You water it. You care for it. You protect it. Months later, you suddenly realize how much it has grown. Your body works in much the same way. Every healthy meal, every walk, every resistance band workout, every few minutes you spend caring for your skin. Those small choices quietly add up. That's why I encourage you to take the 30-day challenge. Not because you're trying to become perfect, but because 30 days gives your body time to respond and gives you time to build a habit that can last for years. Here's a simple plan. During the next month, spend a few minutes each day moving your arms with purpose. Practice your wall presses. Use your resistance band. Moisturize your skin after bathing. Massage your upper arms for a few minutes while applying your lotion or body oil. Stay physically active throughout the day. Drink enough water. Eat enough protein to support healthy muscles. And don't forget one of the most powerful tools of all. Patience. Some people notice small improvements in how their skin feels within the first week or two simply because they're paying more attention to caring for it. Others first notice that lifting groceries, reaching overhead, or carrying laundry feels easier before they notice any visual changes. For many people, confidence improves before the mirror does. And that's something worth celebrating too. One more thing I'd like you to remember. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars chasing every new gadget or trendy workout that promises instant results. Simple routines, A resistance band, gentle daily movement, good nutrition, and consistent skin care often become far more valuable than constantly searching for the next expensive shortcut. The goal isn't to fight your age. The goal is to support your body at every age. Because your body has carried you through decades of life. It deserves kindness. It deserves patience. And it deserves care. So here's my invitation. Give yourself these next 30 days. Not as a test. Not as a punishment. But as a gift. A gift of consistency. A gift of movement. A gift of believing that small actions repeated every day can create meaningful change over time. If today's video gave you hope or taught you something new, I'd really appreciate it if you tap the like button. It helps this video reach more people who may be feeling exactly the way you do right now. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Which of today's 6 strategies are you going to start with? Have you already tried one of them? Or do you have a simple routine that's helped you feel stronger and more confident? Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you enjoy practical, science-informed videos about healthy aging, natural wellness, and staying active after 50, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Take care of your body. Be patient with your progress. Celebrate every small victory. Because every healthy choice you make today is an investment in the person you'll be tomorrow. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep taking good care of yourself.